Merry Christmas, everybody. This video is probably gonna get released maybe after Christmas, maybe even by Christmas, but the point being, I hope you guys had a good Christmas. So, a few months ago, I made a video about AI. It's actually one of the first videos I ever made, and yeah, it's not really my best video, to be honest. And I also made a YouTube short about AI, but it didn't really elaborate on the dangers of AI. Now, first, before I want to start the video, I do feel obligated to mention this because I've been making a few videos about Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, I'm aware that there is major, pretty big developments in the Jeffrey Epstein files. CoffeeZilla made a video about it, so if you want more information about that, I suggest you watch his video because that's not what we're going to be talking about today. Now, if you read the title, you know it's about how my biggest fear and concern about AI has become a reality. Now, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, my biggest fear is that AI has officially taken over the world. Now, obviously, AI didn't commit a major genocide against the human race, or we didn't all turn into cyborgs. But if you really just sit back for a second and just look what's going on in the world, especially around AI, you will find quite literally that AI has taken over the entire world. Go on YouTube and you'll find hundreds of AI videos. Watch television and you'll find AI advertising. Fuck, go on Google, type up any question you want, and the first thing that will appear is a AI generated answer. Now, before we go into how I feel like AI has taken over the world, I would like to go back to my original video that I made on AI to pretty much elaborate on some things I said in that video, but I didn't talk more about, if that makes sense.
Back to what I said too, this problem is already starting. Now, obviously you can tell the difference between a deep fake and what's real, but what happens when we can't tell the difference anymore? That's a problem that we're gonna have to deal with very soon because AI is advancing extremely fast. So all this I mentioned could happen maybe in 3 years, maybe 2 years, maybe.
Now, what I didn't elaborate on is what makes deepfake so dangerous, and one of the biggest examples is misinformation. To go a little deeper, and keep in mind this is all hypothetical, but let's just say in 2 years, if AI is as accessible as it is, and if AI gets to the point where you can't tell the difference anymore, it's going to be significantly harder to process information. Now, you're probably like, duh, but keep in mind it's going to take significantly longer to process information if there's always that skepticism of whether a video is AI or whether a video is not AI. And if you rely on getting your information from TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, especially TikTok, if you get any of your information off of TikTok, you better get off of TikTok because that is not going to be a reliable source for your information. And what I mean by longer to process information is I'm suggesting that deepfakes are already an issue. So let's just say you're scrolling on TikTok and you come across a video of, I don't know, Jake Paul beating a legitimate boxer. Okay, that's not the best example because you'll probably already know it's fake, but you get what I'm trying to get at here. When you come across content on social media, your first reaction is always going to be, how the fuck am I supposed to tell if this video's AI or this video's not AI until the video's proven otherwise? Obviously, this is all still hypothetical, but I do believe this is a real concern that we're most likely going to have to face in the coming years.
Now, this part is kind of hard to predict what could happen, but I'll do my best to logically predict what could happen. Because, regarding people's concerns about AI, I believe this artificial intelligence surpassing human intelligence is probably.
Okay, I didn't actually predict anything because it's hard to predict some as unpredictable as AI. Although I do want to add some that I didn't address really in the video, and it all ties together what this video is actually about, because I believe that AI doesn't need to surpass human intelligence in order to take over the world, as I believe AI has already taken over the world. I mentioned how AI is in the process of taking over videos on YouTube and also social media. I also mentioned how AI is in the process of taking over advertising, also information on Google. And if you really start to look at it, AI is slowly starting to take our jobs. Like, for example, it's easier to make a AI generated ad rather than go through the process of hiring people for advertising. It's easier to make an AI generated video rather than go through the process of recording one yourself. We are slowly starting to become over-reliant on AI. People use AI for relationship advice, for school, for basic tasks. And one of people's biggest concerns about AI is eventually AI surpassing human intelligence. And that's a valid concern. But what's even more concerning is AI doesn't even need to surpass human intelligence in order for it to take over the world, as it's already taken over the world, or at least is in the process of. What are you going to do when AI does eventually become ultra intelligent, but you're still relying on AI for basic things like the points I mentioned before? You are going to become a slave, and maybe I'm overreacting, which I probably am, but I do believe these are real concerns. And like I said also, AI is only going to get smarter and smarter, but what's also important to keep in mind is if we are reliant on AI for basic tasks, then we are going to get dumber and dumber. And if you don't believe we're getting dumber by AI, what is one of the main things we see on social media regarding AI? AI slop. And let me put my little conspiracy hat on. If AI wanted to take over the world, the best strategy wouldn't be to kill off humanity. That would be a little difficult. There's 8 billion of us after all. The best strategy would be to make us humans over-reliant and dumber so we wouldn't be able to resist the AI takeover. And what did I mention in this video? We are becoming over-reliant and dumber when consuming AI. Anyways, that's enough of me talking today. I just wanted to redo a video that I wasn't the most proud of. One of my earliest videos, not my best video. And I also wanted to add some points that I didn't address in that AI video. I may have ruined your day, and I apologize for that, but I hope you at least had a good Christmas. See you around, everybody.